Hey everybody, welcome back to Sportsnet Central Montreal. Now this weekend, for the 6th time in their careers, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will play for a Super Bowl. And for a look at the greatest coach QB duo ever, possibly, we bring in Stephen Brunt in our Sportsnet studios in Toronto. Now Stephen, let's start there. How have Brady and Belichick managed to achieve so much success over the years?
Well, there is a great synergy there. You know, Bill Belichick is primarily a defensive coach. That's what he's known for. And he's been the architect of those great defensive teams that the Patriots have had. And Tom Brady is, arguably the greatest quarterback. Well, we may be talking about him as the greatest quarterback of all time by the time he's done. And certainly those 6 Super Bowl appearances say something. But I think the hallmark for both guys is look at the changing cast around the two of them. Look at the different players, not just over the long term, but even over the short term. How players have come and gone from that organization, how they've lost, big name players at times, free agents, how they haven't, because they haven't paid them. The different running backs, the different receivers, the different defensive players that Belichick's worked with, and look at how consistent they've been. That tells you that the coach, and the scheme have a lot to do with it. Not just him, but the assistant coaches, that they tend to be one step ahead, and that Brady makes the guys around him better. There's just no arguing that. They're both very special that way.
I mean, you mentioned it, Stephen, but despite player turnover, I want them to know this, so I wanted to get your opinion on this. How can they lose stars every year and still not miss a beat?
Well, it goes against the grain of everything we think, right? That you have to have a big-time running back. You have to have a #1 wide receiver if you're going to throw the ball. They have found other ways to do it. Most notably right now, the most important receiver on that team is a tight end, is Rob Gronkowski. He is the main cog in their passing game. Everything else flows from him. Well, I don't remember a team in the modern NFL ever having a tight end dominated offense. If Aaron Hernandez wasn't in jail, it would be the 2 guys that would be doing it. And the wide receivers are almost peripheral. Running backs, LeGarrette Blount is back, a guy who is, again, off the scrap heap, who is done. And they've turned him into a useful guy because they use him in certain situations. They have 2 more running backs who they use situationally. They went into the playoff game against Baltimore, they hardly ran the ball at all. They threw the ball over and over again. They went into the playoff game against Indianapolis, they ran it right down their throats. They adapt, and they use the personnel they have very, very creatively. I can't think of another football team ever that has been better at doing that.
Hey, Stephen, I wanted to ask, of course, I was going to ask you this. What are your Super Bowl predictions, Seahawks or Patriots?
I would have been very secure picking the Seahawks before that Green Bay game when they had a lot of horseshoes to get through that one. And a lot of people in Green Bay still wondering how they could have possibly lost. But I still like Seattle. I think that they're a very tough matchup for the Patriots. The Patriots are going to have to play a perfect game on defense. They're going to have to shut down Marshawn Lynch and shut down that running game and make Russell Wilson beat them. I think the Patriots will find a way to score 21 points, but whether that's going to be enough in that football game, I don't know. So, yeah, my pick right now would be the Seahawks.
I would never dare get in an argument with you, Stephen, that's for sure. But, hey, listen, for the fun of it, I'm going to take the Patriots, and we'll check in next week, and we'll see how we both did.
Sounds good.
See you then.
See you, Wilder.